Have you ever met someone that wears shorts in the middle of the winter when it's snowing outside? Or a person there for you when you're having a bad day? How about when you're ill and in the hospital and then there to hold your hand and help you through it? That person I'm talking about is my husband. Born in 1982 to Gwen and Jeff Herron, he was raised in Columbus, Georgia, where he grew up in Columbus, Georgia. They named him Scott Herron. He lived with his parents and his younger sister until he graduated high school. And then he went to Birmingham, where he was a manager for a pest control company. He was a hard worker from the first day that he started work. He was always there to try to strive to be better, no matter what, even before he met me, even before he had a family. In the midsummer of 2002 is when we first met. I was playing ball with his younger sister, and he is a very genuine family person. So whenever she would have a tournament, he would drive down from Birmingham to wherever they were at to watch her play. Before I met him, his mother told me that she had a son that I should meet, that we would probably get along great. Well, matter of fact, we did. The first time that we met, he was very kind and sweet, and we wound up exchanging numbers at the ball field and talked off and on throughout the day, throughout the night, different days of the week. It became to where when he came home to visit his family on the weekends, that he would also visit me. And we became to have a really good bond. And then he decided to move back to Columbus to be near his family. And not long after he moved here permanently, we started dating even more and hung out even more. We wound up moving in together, and even then he was still really hardworking, always trying to do better for himself, for his family, for me, for anybody. He always kept me going. If I had a bad day, he was right there to tell me not to worry about it. It's going to get better. It always gets worse before it gets better. And then in 2003, we had our first child. And it was a little scary because we were not married or anything, but we knew that we wanted to be together whether we were married or not married. It didn't matter to us. It was no big deal. It was just scary being young and having our first kid. Well, one night we decided that, hey, let's get married. Neither one of us wanted a wedding. We didn't care about all the fancy stuff. That was just more money to waste on and pay forever down the road. Well, we decided that night that we were going to get married, so he picked me up from work, and we drove over with our young child, that was one at the time, to his grandparents' house. His grandfather was a pastor. He married us in his living room that night in front of his grandmother and our 1-year-old child. Ever since then, we have been inseparable. Like, if you see him, you usually see me. We do have a lot of things in common, but we also have things that we don't have in common, which I think makes it a good relationship. Later on, we had 2 more kids in 2005 and in 2012. He worked hard to support us. He was missing events. He never got to do holidays. He missed some holidays with us. So as the kids were growing up, the most important times of their life, he missed softball, events at school, baseball, just anything he missed. And it would bother him, but he was strong and he just kept pushing through it. And I think he has rubbed off on me by telling me, hard work will get you somewhere. And worked and worked and worked and worked. And then finally, after all of these years, and the kids are a little older now. I have 2 teenagers and a 7-year-old. But still, after all these years, it finally paid off. In 2018, all the hard work that he's been doing for years and working for other companies has came to an end. He now owns his own business, so he is able to make the sporting events or the school events or whatever the kids need him to. He's one of their big supporters. He also teaches them responsibility and why it's important to work hard to get to where you want to be. And one of the big things that got me was May of last year, 2019. I had a stroke and I was unable to walk. I couldn't do a lot of things for myself. All the things that I've done for myself all these years have come to a complete stop. So during that time in the ICU and hospital, he took over a big part of not only running his business and trying to be there for me at the hospital, he also had to take care of our 3 kids and take care of things that I usually do at home that he's not really used to everything that, I've done. So with everything going on, he has made me slow down and realize that life's too short to just rush all the time, and that no matter what, somebody will be there for you. And it was hard, and if I didn't have him to support me, I don't think that I would have made it through as well as I did. I don't think I would have took physical therapy a lot longer, or it would have just been a slower process. He was always there if I was upset, if I'm having a good day, bad day, no matter what, he's there. And then just recently in March of this year, a couple weeks ago, I had another stroke. He has been my rock, and without him, there was no way I could make it through a second time. He has been my support system, and yes, sometimes he was a little tough because he wanted me to work harder to be able to do things again. And right now it's kind of hard to do some things because of the stroke. This class is a little difficult for me because I'm having to do physical therapy and speech therapy because of my memory is really bad. So I'm using him and my kids as my support system to help me remember things, keep me on track, and hopefully soon I will be back to normal. You always have to remember that life is too short to worry about everything else going on around you. Look around you right now and see who really cares, who's really there for you, who really is that, shoulder to cry on, who's there no matter what. If you're ill in the hospital, or you're having a bad day at work, or, just anything, who pushes you to be better. I know that since I've known him and he's been in my life, I have completely changed the outlook of the way I used to look at life. Now I stress more to the kids, work hard to get to where you want to be. Even if you don't want to go to college, even if you want to open your own business, you still have to do something to get to there. And let them know that, that you see that they're supporting you, and let them know that you appreciate every little thing that they do, because you never know what tomorrow holds. Thank you.